So the book of Colossians is a New Testament book of the Bible, and it was written by the Apostle Paul. And it was written to the church at Colossus. Yes, there actually was a place called Colossus. I wonder if they had floss. Basically what Paul was trying to get across was, hey, church at Colossus, stop doing all this peripheral, mumbo-jumbo stuff. Stop trying to, mix paganism and all these other different religions into Christianity. You don't need them. All you need is Jesus Christ. He's the only God, the one true God. He's all you need. So just stop this peripheral baloney. You thought I was going to say bullshit. But now let's please talk about whether or not I liked the book of Colossians. As with every New Testament book of the Bible so far that I've read, I did like Colossians. I will say, though, this was not my favorite of the New Testament. It was probably the least impactful, honestly, because it's really short and I didn't have very many big takeaways. I mean, it's a fine book, but it's no Gospel of John. Now, I did mark one particular passage, really two passages in the book of Colossians that I would like to talk about. So without further ado, let's get into the analysis of the various texts in the book of Colossians that I thought were compelling, interesting, good. First passage is Colossians chapter 3, verses 11 to 14. Here there is no Greek or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and is in all. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Now, to me, that passage just is a really good passage to live by. It's one of those passages in the Bible that it gives you everything that you kind of need to know about living life. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. It's hard to do, but I mean, that's what we got to do if we want this, this world to, stop eating itself. And again, the stuff in this passage and just the stuff in the whole Bible, and especially here in the New Testament, that I find so powerful is the emphasis on forgiveness. And as I just read in that passage, it's, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. The Bible's description of love is, I think, the best description of love I've ever read. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Check that out if you want to really, really get into what the Bible has to say about love. But it's beautiful. And this passage here, as I said, I just think it's a really good passage to live by. And I think it really exemplifies what the Bible and Christianity at its core is all about. Now, the next passage I found pretty interesting was Colossians chapter 3, verses 18 to 22. Although I will say, I'm not going to read it because it's already been addressed. This passage is basically just a rewording of the passage found in Ephesians concerning how wives and husbands ought to interact, and how slaves and masters ought to interact. I would recommend you go check out the book of Ephesians. I can't remember the exact verses in the book of the Ephesians where it talks about this stuff, but Ephesians is a short book. You can go through it really quickly and find this passage. But I will say that these verses 18 through 22, I don't feel as if they exemplify what the message is as well as the passage in the Ephesians. But suffice to say, it's kind of saying the same good stuff in general. Although I would say that when you get to this passage, it doesn't seem to have as much nuance as the passage from Ephesians. I guess that's what I'm really saying. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts on the book of Colossians and a couple passages from Colossians. It was a good book, short book. It didn't really, it didn't grab me by the shoulders and shake me as much as some other books of the Bible. But, overall, it was good. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, have you read the book of Colossians? If so, please comment below and tell me what you thought of it. And as always, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. And never forget to